All right, today we're diving into something really cool, an AI system called Sales AI. Now, I know what you're thinking, another AI tool, but hold on, this is different. This isn't just a tool, it's a blueprint for a whole team of AI agents that work together right inside your sales platform. So let's break down how this actually works. And really, it all starts with this one big question, and it pretty much sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. What if, instead of just giving your sales reps another little AI assistant, you could give them an entire AI team? I'm talking about a group of specialists that actually work together, all on their own. Think about that. Okay, so let's meet the team. This whole system is built around four completely different AI agents, and each one has its own specific job. This is the key, right? It's not one of those jack-of-all-trades AI models that's kind of good at everything but great at nothing. No, this is a team of specialists, and that's a huge deal. Because when you have specialists, they can handle really complex, tricky tasks way better than a single AI trying to juggle it all. First step on the roster, we've got the prospector. Think of this one as your team scout. Its whole job is to go out and find new leads. It dives deep into your CRM, pores over case studies, and then, get this, it automatically whips up entire personalized outreach sequences to hook your next big customer. Pretty slick. Next in the lineup is the deal intel strategist. This is your team's brainy analyst. It keeps an eye on all your deals in progress. It's constantly scanning for recent activity or, a worrying lack of activity, and it flags any potential risks before they can blow up a deal. It's basically your early warning system. Then you have the retention specialist. This agent's job is super important, keeping your current customers happy. It looks at everything, how they're using your product, the support tickets they've filed, and it actually predicts which customers might be about to churn. And it doesn't just raise a red flag, it suggests specific plays to keep them on board. And last but definitely not least, we have the competitive analyst. Okay, this one is your secret weapon for real. The second a competitor's name pops up in a call or an email, this agent springs into action. It instantly generates a custom battle card, right on the spot, tailored to that specific deal, to give your sales rep the edge they need to win. So you've met the team, but how do they all work together? To figure that out, we gotta pop the hood and look at the system architecture. You can think of it as the team's HQ. Whoa. Okay, so at first glance, this thing looks pretty intense, right? It's like the blueprint for a skyscraper. You've got all these layers: presentation, APIs, orchestration, the agents. But don't worry, don't let it scare you. We're gonna break it all down using a really simple analogy. Just imagine it's an office building. The top layer, the presentation layer, that's the lobby. It's what you, the user, see and interact with. The next layer down, the API layer, that's like the front desk, where all the requests come in. Then you have the orchestration layer. Think of this as the manager. It looks at a request and decides which specialist is the right one for the job. And finally, the agent layer. Well, that's the team itself. These are your specialists rolling up their sleeves and getting the work done. Now, to really see how all this fits together, let's follow a single request on its journey through the system. Let's say a salesperson is getting nervous about a big deal, and they want to know, is this thing at risk? So they click the button. Let's trace that deal risk analysis request from start to finish. Okay, here's how it plays out step by step. First, the user clicks Analyze Deal Risk. Simple enough. Instantly, the API, our front desk, catches it and says, got it. Then the orchestrator, our manager, steps in and assigns the job to the deal intel agent. That agent immediately logs that it's starting the work. Now the agent is off and running, going through its whole 9-step process to figure out the deal's health. And this is cool. The user can actually see live progress updates so they know something's happening. As it's working, the orchestrator is smart enough to check, hey, are there any competitors mentioned here? We'll come back to that. Finally, the agent finishes its analysis, writes the results back to the CRM, and boom, the user's screen automatically refreshes with the new info. All of this, by the way, is designed to take just a few seconds. But now we get to the part that the document itself calls the most innovative piece of the puzzle. This is where the real magic happens. It's all about what happens when one agent's job bleeds into another's territory. This is the automatic AI handoff. And the key phrase to remember, pulled straight from the source, is returned in a single response, with zero human intervention. That's the whole game right there. It means these AI specialists can pass work back and forth between themselves without anyone having to step in. They're not just working in their own little bubbles. This is a real collaborative team that manages its own workflow. It's awesome. This here shows you exactly how powerful that is. So let's go back to our example. The deal intel agent is analyzing a deal, and it spots that a competitor is involved. Before this handoff magic, all you'd get back is the risk level and maybe a basic recovery plan. But now, the orchestrator sees that competitor's name and automatically taps the competitive analyst on the shoulder. It hands off the task, so what you get back is a combined super response. You get the original risk analysis plus a custom deal-specific battle card to take down that competitor, all in one go. So now that we've seen the team in action, let's do a quick flyby of what's actually in each agent's toolkit. What data they read and what tools they use to get their jobs done. This table gives us a great at-a-glance look. You can see each agent has stuff it reads from the CRM and stuff it writes back. But look at that middle column, analyzes with RAG. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. That's just a fancy way of saying the AI doesn't just make stuff up, it goes and looks up information from a specific knowledge base, like your company's case studies or sales playbooks, to create a really grounded, useful response. Now you'll notice the retention agent is a bit different. It's listed as deterministic, which means it's not using RAG. It's using a more straightforward set of rules based on customer data to predict churn. So what's clear is that each agent has its own unique way of working. Okay, so an AI super team sounds amazing in theory, right? But what about the real world? What's the actual payoff here? Why should you even care about building a system like this? Well, the numbers pretty much speak for themselves. The average run, like that deal analysis we talked about, takes just 10 seconds. 10! The cost is insane. It's about 2 rupees per analysis, which is just a couple of cents. And the success rate they reported from their testing, a perfect 100%. So yeah, it's fast, it's super cheap, and it just works. But this next number is the one that really made me do a double take. Based on their calculations, they figured out the potential return on investment is 783x. 783 times. That's what happens when you stop automating single, simple tasks and start automating an entire intelligent workflow. The scale is just massive. And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. What we've looked at is a blueprint for AI agents that don't just work for humans, but work with each other to help a sales team. It really gets you thinking, right? If AI can form these kinds of specialized collaborative teams for sales, what other profession is next on the list? Marketing? Engineering? Medicine? It's a fascinating question to chew on.